Good morning, how's everyone? I know I haven't recorded a video in a little while. My account was suspended. Here I am, I'm back. I was in DC at the rally. I was at the Capitol, not in the Capitol, but I was there. I have some good footage. I'll upload later. Here's the deal with all the disinfo coming out right now. It's all distraction. The big story right now is not the Vatican having a blackout. It's not Pakistan. It's not an Italian attorney talking about a client he has that gave him an affidavit about the satellites and the machines. That's all QAnon bullshit. Excuse my language. Here's the question. Why does people coming into the Capitol building stop or negate the arguments that were about to be had on the Senate floor about the fraud? As soon as people came in the building, all the politicians scurried away and hid and came back a few hours later and said, okay, well, we're not going to talk about the fraud anymore because people came in the building. That's a true conspiracy. We need to be holding those politicians that we're going to argue the case, that were on board with Trump to argue the fraud, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then by 4 p.m. or 5 p.m., they came back into chambers and said, well, people came in the building, so we're not going to have those arguments anymore. That's the conspiracy. That's the meat of this argument, and that's what people's focus needs to be. You need to be tracking those people down, calling them, tracking down their contact information, calling and emailing them and asking them the question every single day. What does people in the Capitol building have to do with more voters or ballots in Philadelphia than registered voters? How does people coming into the building affect that fact? Okay? That's just one example. Don't listen to all the other stuff is distraction. All the Linwood, the Sidney Powell, all the QAnon stuff, all the martial law, none of that is true. None of it's going to happen. You think they're going to overnight lock everything down and not give people the opportunity to prepare for that? Anybody who believes that they're just missing the point, and it's intentional disinformation to distract you from the real stuff. They want you thinking martial law is coming, so you go buy a bunch of bottled water and canned food and sit in your house and wait for Trump to save the day for you. Trump is one man. He can't save the day. Half the government, or 3/4 of the government, the military, nobody's listening to him. He orders stuff to be declassified. They don't do it. He orders troops removed from the ground in Syria. They say, okay, boss, and they don't do it. Trump is not going to save this. Now is the time to build a wall between your local community and the federal government. You need to be getting involved in local politics, getting at your town council or city council meetings, and make sure that they're preserving your way of life. That's the key right now. The federal government's not going to save you. Trump's not going to save you. The military's not going to save all this. They cheated. We caught them. But nobody's doing anything about it. Of course, it's treason on the highest level. We all understand that, but we can't do anything about it. We're powerless. We've given the federal government too much power over the years, and now you can't fight back against them. So you need to politically build a wall between you and the federal government to preserve your way of life, protect your values and your children's values. Move to a red state, a reliably red state, not one of these ones that swings back and forth. I'd be cautious with Florida. With all the influx of people moving there from out of state, it'll be red in no time. Same with Texas. Pick a deep south state or one of these out west Wyomings or one of those. Move there. I'll say it again. Build a proverbial wall between you and the federal government and get involved politically, locally. That's your duty now. It's your duty for your children and your grandchildren to politically get involved, to shield you and your family from this socialist, potentially communist regime. That's where we're going. They're going to take the guns. They're going to use this small threat that was at the Capitol building to come up with all these new domestic terror laws where, because 50 people went inside the Capitol building while Congress was there, nobody can have a gun anymore. It's coming. So get involved in your local politics. Don't listen to the Linwood QAnon nonsense. It's just not true. It's intentional disinformation to muddy the waters and make us all look like crazy people. We're not crazy people. We have conservative values that we care about and we want for our family in the future. That's who we are. So do everything in your power to maintain that. All right. Keep a lookout for some footage from DC a little bit later. It's going to take me a while to upload those videos. Now that I have my channel back, I don't know why it was suspended. I got an email saying it was community standards or whatever, and I didn't have time to dive into it. Anyways, we're back. Y'all have a good day. Come back for some footage later. Bye.